Hi guys, today we're going to start dividing. And when we divide, there are a few very important vocabulary words that we need to know. So, those important vocabulary words include dividend, divisor, and quotient. So, when we're talking about a dividend, divisor, and quotient, they have specific spots in our problem that they go. And we can write our division problem three different ways. So, the dividend is what I always start out with. So, I start out with $500. I have to divide that by three people. What I'm dividing by is my divisor, and it equals my quotient. So, this is one way that we can see a division problem written. Dividend divided by divisor equals quotient. When I'm actually solving my division problem, my dividend always goes inside my bracket, and I like to call that a house. So my dividend goes on the inside of my house. Notice the dividend is the first number, and I'm always dividing it by my divisor. So dividend divided by divisor equals my quotient. The other third way I can write a division problem is actually, notice this looks like a fraction. So my dividend, whatever I'm starting with, is divided by my divisor, which equals my quotient. So you're going to write this problem, we're going to write this problem in three different ways. So I can do 741 divided by 3. That's one option. I can also do 741, that's my dividend. So 741 divided by, so notice how when I say divided by, I'm making my house, divided by 3. I can also say 741 divided by 3. So those are my these three ways we need to be able to recognize our division problems. So let's actually do some of them. I have 84 divided by 4. So here's my steps to success that I follow every single time I multiply or divide. It doesn't matter if I'm dividing decimals, doesn't matter if I'm dividing whole numbers. These are the same 4 steps I follow every single time. So the first thing I'm going to do is group. How many times does 4 go into 8? 4 goes into 8 2 times. I know that 4 times 2, so now I'm multiplying. 4 times 2 is 8. So now I'm going to subtract 8. 8 minus 8 is 0. Step 4 is to bring down. So I bring down the very next number to the right. 4 goes into 4 one time. So my final answer, my quotient, is 21. So if I think Mrs. Hook had $84 and she's going to split that up between 4 friends, each friend gets $21. Great, let's try another one together. Now this time my numbers are a little bit bigger. So I have 825 divided by 3. So again, I'm grouping. How many times does 3 go into 8? 3 goes into 8 2 times. 3 times 2 is 6. Now I'm ready to subtract. 8 minus 6 is 2. Last step is to bring down. So I'm bringing down my 2. 3. Now I start my process over again. I'm ready to group again. This time I'm grouping. How many times does 3 go into 22? 3 goes into 22 7 times. 7 times 3 is 21, so that's what I'm going to subtract. 2 minus 1 is 1. Now I'm ready to bring down my next number. So the next number I'm bringing down is a 5. 3, now I'm ready to start back at step 1. 3 goes into 15 5 times. 3 times 5 is 15, which equals 0. So how do I know when my problem is done? I know my problem's done when I have 0 down here. That means I don't have a remainder. All right, so you should now try the two problems down here, and then I will be back to share my answers. All right, let's check those answers. I got an answer of 23. How did I get my answer of 23? I got my answer of 23 by saying that 2 goes into 4 2 times. 2 times 2 is 4. When I subtract, I get 0, bring down my 6. 2 goes into 6 3 times. 6 minus 6 is 0, so I know I'm done. Now, how could I check this if I'm not sure that that sounds right? You got it. You can always check the answer to a multiplication problem or to a division problem by multiplying. So when I multiply this real fast, I see that I get 46. So I know my answer is right. All right, and over here, 5, how did I get 135 as my answer? 5 goes into 6 one time. That gives me subtracting 5. 5 goes into 17 3 times, which gives me subtracting 15. And then I end up with 25 down here. So 5 goes into 25 5 times. That's how I end up with 135. That is the end of our lesson for today on dividing one digit with one digit divisors without remainders. We will see you next time.